Take your wildest dream and make it a reality. Make it not a dream anymore. Make it something that's real. Bring it to fruition. Tell yourself you're a star.
Peace. Choose to inspire, not destroy podcast, and we're back.
Austin.
Yo. Choose to inspire, not destroy.
Your ankles. I already heard that Kofi could give you that work. I heard that last episode. Kofi could put the whoops on you on the court. You think I ain't pay attention?
Y'all hear him? He don't even know I'm recording, waiting, and I'm gonna let this play. He don't even know.
I keep telling you I'm gonna break them old ankles.
If y'all out there and you believe this, then drop a comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You already know what it is. Peace. Choose to inspire, not destroy podcast, episode 38. And we're back. I got my guys with me, Brandon, Kofi, I'm G. This is your first time here. Thank you for joining us. If you've been here before, welcome back. Hope life is good and you're inspired. Today we got a really special guest. Solid young brother P. I let him get into why he wanted to join us and why he's living inspired and how he's living inspired, and I think this would be a good one. P, let me welcome you. Thank you for blessing the platform. Thank you. Hope everything is good with you, Ken.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
How y'all doing?
Good.
Oh.
Yeah,
I can't complain. It's freezing.
Yeah.
It's 20 degrees in Harlem right now.
Yeah, freezing is like, it was just 50 the other day though, so I don't even know what's going on.
No.
Nah, outside this morning to walk the dogs, it was -2 degrees. That sounds like it shouldn't be allowed. Like it can't possibly go that low.
Yeah. My grass is frozen solid. That squirrel is still in my chimney, in and out of the chimney, so every time I hear it now, I got to run outside and get on a ladder and bang on the side of the house.
Your wife still let you on that ladder?
I'm going on the roof next. The roof is next up.
Hold on. Aren't squirrels supposed to store their food for the winter and then not go out again?
It's
right.
like it's leaving and coming back. I can almost hear it like dropping whatever it's putting in there. It's putting in work in there, and it got to go. Like I figured out where it's coming in from and how it's getting out. I just need to be able to get up there. So
just let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah, make them the house.
Nah, yeah, it's so annoying because the scratching is like in my bedroom. So when I'm in the bedroom, I can. It sound like it's right there, like it's on top of our head. And then in the living room is another place. It's annoying. If it was like the basement, then it would be like, all right, maybe I'll let it rock. But nah, it gotta go. It's war. It's like that movie Mousetrap or whatever.
But you don't want to eat in a way your walls. And...
Yeah. Messing up.
You wake up one day, he done moved into the got handles lit. He's chilling in your bed.
My wife already hit me with the, what if it's doing like damage and the TV fall off the wall or something. She know where to hit me. She jumped to the TV. She was like, what if the TV fall off the wall? I was like, all right, I'll take care of it. But hold on, let's get down to business. P, welcome. Pleasure to have you. First, before I get into how I'm familiar with you, I want to know what interests you in coming on.
Basically, I'm just here to have a conversation with you guys. I'm an NYC photographer. I've been doing it a while now, so I'm just telling my story and what I'm about. Don't mind me, I'm a little nervous, so I might be a little shaky with my answers.
Nah, it's all good.
To be honest,
Honesty is always welcome on here. That's what we do, and that's why we do it. So it's a pleasure to have you. And
Thank you. I appreciate it.
so just to give a little bit of backstory, I'm familiar with you through a mutual friend, actually. James, I call him Skinny. We worked together for a couple of years. This was years ago. And you were a part of like a movement that you guys had going on, the AWOL thing, where you know it was music and you was doing your thing with the photography and all of that. And you know he always spoke highly of you. He always let it be known that you were the one that was motivated. That was like, look, we need to be trying to do this. We need to be trying to do that. You always wanted to make moves. And even though I didn't know you, I was impressed by that because, you know, he's young. Y'all some young brothers. And I always want to support and encourage and just admire some young brothers trying to do their thing. So we started following each other on social media. And through that, I became familiar with what you were trying to do with your photography and your art and your brand. And I watched it go from, you know, some pictures here and there, and you're doing more, and now you got your logo on your hat, and you're ambitious shooters, and it's a perfect day to boss up, and you got all of this stuff and all of this ambition and this drive, and it's impressive. And I just wanted to give you some flowers and let you know that I see you, King. And I hope your journey is as successful as you want it to be, because clearly if it's years later and I still see you doing it, then you doing it. You grinding it out. And I think that's commendable. And I just wanted to shout you out and have you on here and kick it with us because we inspired.
Thank you.
You're safe here.
Yeah, so we basically, you know, growing up in Brooklyn, we all, well, I didn't, but a lot of my friends got into, you know, making music, rapping, and stuff like that. So I got my start from basically, you know, supporting my friends, trying to figure out what I was going to do. You know, I would go to their shows, you know, studio sessions and stuff like that. And I always figured that I didn't just want it to be just, you know, just rapping or just, you know, I feel like it was always going to be something bigger. So we all got together. We figured out what each of us liked to do. You know, some of us wanted to act. Some of us wanted to, you know, pick up the camera. A lot of them wanted to rap. So in order to do that, I feel like we had to have come together as a collective, and you know, and move in one direction and help each other out as much as possible. And then that's when I found my calling, photography. Well, it's actually I was doing videos at first. So it was just like, yo, I'm gonna be the top videographer in my projects. Nobody's gonna shoot videos better than me. Everybody gonna come to me. And then, you know, I came to a crossroad where it was just I had to choose between videography and photography because it's hard, you know, really hard to do both. So I chose, you know, photography. And over the years, it's just a lot of things motivated me, you know, like entrepreneurship and just, you know, ownership and stuff like that. So I figured I know I had to build, it was bigger than me, and I had to build a brand. And that's what, you know, Ambitious Shooters came about. I'm all about, you know, being ambitious, having an ambition to go get it. And the one thing led to another, and, you know, I just been building ever since.
What's up?
So, a quick question for you. What did you always have like a desire to do videography or photography like growing up before you were placed in a situation where you had an opportunity to do it? Or was it something that you were like, there's got to be somebody that films the videos and takes the pictures?
So growing up, it was just like, you know, I'm the youngest of 5. So, you know, every room in the morning would play different music. Like my brother would be in his Nas, Biggie, you know, Hove. I'm right down the block from Hove. So Hove was always Hove, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the king. So our sisters would have, you know, R&B, stuff like that. John B, Keith Sweat, all of that stuff. My other brother was into, you know, rock and stuff like that. So it was always like a music household, and CDs was my thing. Like I would read, you know, front to back, you know, the booklets of the CDs and stuff like that, the stories of the artists and things of that nature. And then videos is just like my thing. I love videos. You know, like I hear a song and I can't wait to make a video, and then when the video is not to my liking, I critique it, or, you know, it was just the visual about people telling their story about their song, their art, and things of that nature. And then as I got older, one of my friends invited me to his video shoot. in Flatbush. So I'm like, all right, I'll pull up. Yeah, I'll go support because I always, I didn't find my craft yet. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to support the people around me. So I get to the video shoot, and they didn't have a videographer. They had the camera, but they didn't have a videographer. So I end up holding the camera, and then they came up with ideas on the fly. And that day, I really, found my calling. Like, I love what I did. I was very passionate about it, even though it was like, thinking back on it, it was bad. It was crazy
Chaos.
bad. The video, it was.
Yeah.
But I was very passionate about it. I was sharing it a million times on Facebook every single day because this is what I was passionate about. So as time grew on, I was, for like a year or so, I was using, other people's cameras, just trying to, figure it out. And with videos, if you don't have a good budget for it, it's not gonna look good. So I was doing photography and videography for like a year with other people's cameras. I ended up taking my taxes and going to get my first camera.
Wow.
After that, I just started doing my own thing and trying to figure out because I always looked up to photographers like, Jonathan Manning and stuff like that, where like, legendary hip hop, photographers that capture all of the things that we loved about hip hop, like the behind the scenes stuff. And just, I love music, but I love the behind the scenes story and, people, getting their voices heard and things of that nature. So over the years, I just built on that and more and more. So I would say in Flatbush that day, I definitely found my call. I didn't know I wanted to do videography and photography.
Yeah.
But I was on it early enough to know that, like, yeah, this is what I love to do.
That's awesome. And then you had the wherewithal to invest in yourself right after that.
Yeah. So I was buying a lot of stuff I didn't need at first. You know how it is. You think you always need more.
Yeah.
So I was just buying a lot of stuff off Amazon, trial and error and stuff like that. And then my support system wasn't as strong as it is now. So I had to basically put myself around people that, that knew more than me, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That did it before and stuff like that. And once I got my support system solid, that's the best thing I ever did.
Okay. Are you happy?
I'm very happy, yeah.
Good.
So I have a technical question.
To be honest, like I'm really inspired by like everything around me. Like I walk outside with my head up, just looking at everything. It's weird. I might think it's weird sometimes, but I'm really inspired by everything around me.
So I have a quick technical question. As a photographer, do you prefer like regular SLR or DSLR photos, or like what do you use to capture your vision?
Oh yeah, DSLR. I want to get into other forms of photography, but for right now, yeah, it's DSLR. I just switched from Canon to Sony. But yeah, I was a Canon boy. I started off with Canon, strictly Canon. A T5i, I believe T5i is when I first bought. And then last year, my Canon broke on me, so I had to make a choice. I ran into some money, and I was just like, I'm just gonna go get a Sony A7 III. So I've been using that lately, and I love it.
The regular 7 III or like the S or
the A7, the A7 III.
Okay.
The mirrorless.
So why use I mean, you may not like have a direct answer for it, but like I know the S shoots specifically for video, and the R is like more geared towards photography, where the 7 III is kind of a more well-rounded camera.
So I think I chose the A7 III because it's very versatile. I could do both, shoot and record and stuff like that. So that's why I basically chose and it's basically a lot of the things like attachments is very easy to find. So that's why I chose the A7 III.
Do you feel like more of your money goes towards the camera or like glass, right? So like having the right lens for the right shot and so on and so on.
Most of them, I would say, I don't really, I really try to make do what I have. But yes, lenses do make a difference. But once you find the lens that you like, I think is pretty much good for you. Whatever's good for you, when you make it work.
How you feel with your progression as in the photos you taking and now you getting bookings. You go from somebody that is kind of like, hey, let me take some pictures of you or let me do something for you to, hey, these are my prices and I'm willing to put some things together if you want to work with me.
Yeah. So I've been doing it since 2012, 2011. So for a lot of years I was just running and gunning, not a lot of planning. Just trying to figure out what I was gonna do. But like the last year or two, I really sat down and figured out what was my path and things of that nature. But it's very hard for people to take you serious. And when you put a price on it, it gets how do you say it gets very stressful, I would say. But to yeah, it's very stressful. It's very demanding. But I feel like if you have a plan and you stick to that plan, I believe it makes it easier.
Are you proud though? That's what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Like,
So yeah, to
you know
get
what I
back
mean?
to that,
Breathe some life
I'm
into
very hard on
yourself,
myself.
King.
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself. But when I look at my past work and see how far I come, it's a very very good thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm very happy where I'm at. I know this is. I feel like I'm just getting started. I've been doing it for some years now. But to your question, yeah, I'm very happy in my work. I know that I'm very talented. I believe in myself. It starts with me, and yeah.
You was about to say something, Kofi?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you find yourself just waking up and seeing everything through a lens, like, oh, this would be a good shot, this would be a good shot, and no longer looking at things as just like a normal person, right?
Yeah,
Like,
always.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
even
awesome.
when I watch shows and stuff like that, it's hard for me to watch shows because I'm always critiquing and seeing how they did the lighting or how they did that or how they shot that, and I'm always looking at other photographers and try to pinpoint how they did that or how they did But I wake up every day just how can I shoot this or how can I make this look appealing to somebody else and see it through my eyes. And what I really came to grips with is just like my style is my style. My art is my art. So that's the thing about art. It's your emotion, it's your what you give out to the world. So it's like whatever you choose to do, that's what it is. It don't have to be perfect. It's what you want to do.
How would you describe your style?
My style would be street aesthetic, very gritty, versatile, hip hop.
Nice.
So
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it does to our community.
Yeah. I asked you because I saw you took some pictures. It looked like at a Fabulous concert, or it was a Fabulous, and I was like, oh, these are nice. Like this, it was really great work. The angle was good. It was clean. So, to go from the pictures you were taking before when you first started to the gradual process of getting to that point, it's impressive. So I wanted you to know that I saw that, and you should be proud of that, and you should big yourself up on that because it's an accomplishment.
So the story behind that was that was at the I don't know if y'all familiar with the Earn Your Leisure. That was their conference in Atlanta. A friend invited me out. She had a booth selling her merch, started a show, her clothing. She was selling her clothing for the weekend. And I just came out there, to help her. But she was just like, yo, this is the rooms that we need to be in. So that's my support system. A friend that I have that I'm very appreciative of. She didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? She invited me out. And in order for helping her, she was like, nah, I need you to, work the room and do your thing and help, build your brand. So at the time, my camera was in the shop. So one of my friends gave me his old camera that he let his son hold. It was, I forgot what it was, but it was like an old rundown camera. And I wasn't confident enough to work the room. I didn't want to be in front of, celebrities and be like, I didn't really know how to work the camera like that. It was a, kind of old camera. So I was very discouraged a little bit. But on the end of the conference, Fabulous was performing. And I didn't have a media pass, but I had like a regular admission pass. So in front of the stage and everything, they had a big, media pool, all the photographers in front of the stage. And I was like off way to the back, to the side. you know, and I just end up taking pictures. I took like 1 million pictures just so I could see how it turned out. And the kind of camera I had, I couldn't check the pictures until I got home back to New York to put on my, you know, my laptop. So usually I could just plug it up to my phone, but this camera was an older camera or whatever. So I was very discouraged coming back to New York because you're around all of these, you know, big name celebrities and, you know, that's doing well for themselves. And I felt like I didn't do enough, you know, I didn't run down on enough people to, you know, present my art to. So the pictures actually turned out very, very good. So that was like a cheat code that hit me like, listen, you don't need the best camera. You don't need any of those things. You just need, you know what I'm saying, you're talented enough to get the job done. So it ended up being very good. I sent Fab a couple of pictures, some with my watermark and some without. And he actually posted, you know what I'm saying, the ones with my watermark with
Nice.
and tagged me in and everything. So that really gave me like a big boost to my, you know,
Oh.
my confidence and everything to know that like, listen, you don't need the most extravagant, you know, things to, you know, relay your art to people. And that was really a cheat code for me.
Yeah,
That's really
they came out really good.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Came out really good. I'm trying to get some pictures at some point too, man. I'm trying to put some things together.
Yes,
I had
sir.
already hit you about it before, but you know, I'm just trying to put it together. Everything bits and pieces.
Yes, sir. Definitely. In due time, definitely.
Yeah.
You feel like it's hard to be the person who has to do everything, right? Like small business style, like you gotta shoot, you gotta edit, you gotta, you know, do the business portion of it, you gotta negotiate, you gotta find leads. Like, how was it handling all of that?
So, like, at first, it's very, you know, discouraging at first because I didn't really understand. I just thought, you know, I'm just gonna take pictures. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna take pictures. But the last year and last 2 years, I really tried to dial in on the business side and just, you know, LLCs and just researching of like my business plan. You know what I'm saying? Because before that, you just out doing whatever without a plan is nothing. You know, so I really try to dial in the business side of things. And I really take a liking to doing everything from my website to basically everything I do myself. And I'm really grateful for that because I'm learning as I go, and it's only going to make me better. You know, because the bigger I get is the more I know. So I'm very fortunate to do those type of things.
You're doing good, P.
But it's
You're doing good, man.
Yeah, I'm very I try to be very dialed in on the business side of things. I do a lot of research, a lot. You know, writing down goals, business plans, stuff like that. Try to stay on the right path and just tunnel vision to my plan. That's it, basically.
I guess, you know, you probably know this already, but don't forget to ask for help. As you figured out with photography, you need to be around people that have either done it or have a little more experience. And if you feel like you don't understand something, definitely from a business standpoint, look for those people that are going to teach you and not just do it for you.
Yeah. That was one of my goals for the new year was getting a mentor with a studio because my goal is to have a creative space, Ambitious Shooter Studios, where, you know, that'll be the ground level to everything. That's my big goal. That's what I really, really want, and that's what, you know, I'm working towards. But yeah, getting a mentor and being around people that did it or have done it to give me that guidance and stuff like that, that's most important. That's big.
I agree.
Yeah.
How you feel? Like right now, you said you were nervous, but you holding it down. It's easing up a little bit for you. I know we bombarding you with questions, man. If it's anything that you want to ask or you want to say, like, feel free. It's an open platform. You don't got to feel like you just here to.
Now I have a lot of questions. So as because I know y'all, not to say it like this, but all of y'all are older than me. You know, y'all mentioned houses and wives and stuff like that. It's like, how do y'all balance everything and stay disciplined and everything?
Kofi.
You want me to go?
How do you balance everything? You missed the balance.
Levels spelled backwards is levels.
You I don't know. I think for me it's from like we talked about a little bit off camera, I've lived a couple of different places, done a couple of different things, and I've gotten burned out. Like when I lived in Miami, I was burned out because I had partied through school. So I think I don't even want to call it maturity, but the second half of life came a little bit earlier, and it's just like you'll get to the point, and you probably are there already. George and I were having this conversation the other day where when it stops being enticing to go out because you're like, what am I going out for to this party? Then you're like, okay, I'm over it, right? Because like before, it was, yeah, I'm just gonna go out and have a good time, but then it's like, but like, what's the end goal, right? Like, what am I going to do at the end of going out? Is it either to meet somebody? Is it to do X, Y, and Z? And when you start asking those questions, then you start to find yourself not wanting to do that and doing something else, and that's where I think the balance starts to come in. But it happens naturally for everyone, different points. Some people, are 55 and still out there partying in the club with sweatsuits on. And so it'll come naturally, but I think you're in the right arena and the right, you're running a business. So you're already balancing it, right? Because there are decisions you have to make where it's like, yeah, I really want to go to this event, but I also have to work it. I want to go there to watch it, but it makes more sense for me to work it and progress my business. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got.
I kind of find like balance comes naturally, right? I find like you make the time to do the things that you want to be doing, and the things that you don't want to do, you'll never have the time for, no matter how much free time you have, right? So like I have a full-time job. I do everything, right? Like I have a studio, right? Like I make music, I edit videos sometimes, I build furniture, I blah blah blah. Right? And really, so like when it comes to building furniture, I end up building the furniture I want to build. So I'm not taking on jobs that just don't entice me, right? Like I'm financially secure enough to not just run ragged building everything for everyone, which may or may not be super profitable, just to like continue building, right? Or like with music, I don't let everyone in my studio, right? So I'm not trying to just be recording music to say I'm recording music, because I've been there and I've recorded people that it was frustrating and like unmotivating to be in that room, right? Like there are certain people you could be around and you're doing the thing you want to be doing, but it's destroying you to do it, right? Like it ruins the love and the passion you have for the thing you're doing. So just having, if you're stable enough to be able to do it, choosing the things that you enjoy and focusing on that will go a long way.
Me, I'm not as complicated as these two. My balance is kind of just trying to find some inner peace. Like I feel like I'm in another place in life. Like I'm in the second half of my life, and I know the person I was and the things I come from. So I'm just trying to correct a lot of those things within myself and hope that it shows in real time, that people that may have known me in the past or may have had an interaction with me, they get to see the other side. And my wife, she's a big part of that, because she provides a lot of the things that I need to stay sane, really. I'm not in a pretending space anymore. Like everything is all right. Like when we got on, I told you, like, yeah, I miss the peace now. Like I want to be of service. I want to be helpful. I fight my demons by trying to help other people fight theirs, and it makes me feel better. So this is how I find balance with this brand, this show, kicking it with my guys, giving you some flowers. All of this is a part of my journey.
How do y'all deal with like being more disciplined and procrastination?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Every single thing that I've ever like done on my time, right? Like not during like my day job, but like if I'm recording an album for someone and mixing some music, it's late. It's delivered late every time. If I'm making some furniture, if I tell you it's gonna be 3 weeks, it's gonna be 5 every time. it never fails. I'm always behind schedule on like stuff that I can do leisurely.
Kofi, I know you hate that. I know you're not a fan of procrastination, and
Uh,
you're
so
really punctual with your stuff.
I try to be. I mean, there's some things that slip through the cracks, but so honestly, Pete, are you referring in terms of work or personal life or both?
Basically, personal life and just I know it starts with the personal life, and then that's how I feel. I feel like it starts with the personal life that waters everything else.
That's a hard question.
That's a good way to
For
put it.
me, I think they're kind of blended, right? Because like everything you do for work affects your personal life and vice versa. So one of my guiding principles is, for example, I'm not eating cat food when I retire, right? So like if that means I have to be on time with everything that I need to continue to get paid so I don't eat cat food when I retire, then that's my motivation right there, right? Personal life, you know, it's hard. It's hard just in general because I don't understand it sometimes. I like it drives me crazy. It's one of my pet peeves. Is like like there's a excusable amount of like tardiness and stuff, but then it's just like okay, so you just don't care, and that shit drives me crazy. And I never want to be seen as like I don't care about somebody's time or something like that. So, yeah, so just don't eat cat food and try not to be seen as the person that doesn't care.
Okay.
By procrastination in personal life, you mean just like with things you need to do, or in your relationship, like with your partner?
I feel like what the bigger idea that I'm trying to get is like how do you balance personal life, the business, family, and everything to make everything move on one accord.
It's all like you said. Your support system is everything. For me, I think it's huge, and over here, everybody's on the choose to inspire, not destroy train. Everybody, my kids wear the brand. My wife has the logo as a screensaver on her watch. If I go too long without recording, she want to know what's happening, when you gonna record. She's in tune, and she wants to see it grow. She wants to see it successful because she knows how much it means to me. So the balance is fairly easy with that because my kids, they're on the intro. Everybody
So
everybody is a part of it, and it motivates me. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I know they watching. So I gotta go as hard as I need to go to make sure that this thing, it becomes what I feel like it could become.
so
Yeah, let me ask you a question. And I'll tangent. I'll connect it so you'll understand what I'm asking. But have you personally, or do you know anyone where you've seen them fall, right? Like they were well off, or they were financially stable, and like maybe they lost their house, or like you've seen them go from like something to nothing.
yeah, I've seen that a lot. Yeah.
How does that change the way you operate, right? Because for me, just being a part of that situation, like going from like living in a house to like being in a foster home or like an apartment or something like that, like losing what you had is enough for me to know I can't do that, right? I can't let my daughter go through that. I can't do that struggle again. Like, how do you go from there?
Yeah. So that's pretty much what motivated me in the beginning. Being in the projects and seeing these dudes, that I looked up to still in front of the building. You know what I mean? Like seeing that and be like, plenty of times where hardships come around and I'll be like, oh, I'll take an L and I'll be like, listen, I'm not about to be in front of the building. I'm not about to be like the dudes in front of the building. I need to keep going. I need to keep pushing. I feel like that's what makes me different. That what makes me go harder. What drives me is that I just don't want to be just another person. Saying that had it going for a couple of years and now I'm off in the wind. You know what I mean? Like that what motivates me to keep going. Stuff like that. I really don't want to be that dude in front of the building. You know what I'm saying? On the benches, still drinking, still politicking in front of the building. Definitely.
It sounds like you have you have a motivation, right? Because no one can tell you, right, unless you're like out here killing people, that your motivation is incorrect. So at least you have a motivation. I think what you're describing is maybe, you're looking around and seeing a lack of motivation in others, right? And that's motivating you to want to do.
Yeah.
And that's good that you got that. And you got it early on because, some people don't get it. Some people don't get it until it's a little bit too late for them to achieve the things that they, want to achieve. So, good. Just hold on to that.
I really don't. I really don't be understanding certain. Well, I don't judge them no more. I used to judge them, but now that I'm older, I just be like, I don't understand it. I don't understand how people could just be so comfortable with their situation. So definitely.
Yeah.
Especially
I'm the bad guy. I think I judge him. I feel like it's hard for me not to judge because it was cool when I judged you positively, right? Like when you're little and you see them dudes on the corner all day chilling and like they're driving and drinking and like it looks like they got it all. It looks like they're doing good. And then like once you start to like have a better sense of where the horizon is, you're like, oh no, this is terrible. Like y'all are all doing bad. Every one of y'all.
Yeah.
So it's hard to not like have that piece of judgment there.
They're content with doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It really is content with.
I think it's what intrigues me about it is the enigma as to, hey, you've seen your friends do this before, right? So like the older guys have seen their older guys do it and like end up in terrible situations, and it's like, but you still want to go down that path. And some might say it's a lack of understanding that there's other things out there, but it's 2022 now. The internet is everywhere. Like you can go on YouTube and be in Dubai, right? In like 30 seconds. So it's not 1970 where, the world wasn't as connected. So, the fear of what else might be out there, something else is out there, but the fear of if you're going to be accepted, if, you can actually make it in those spaces was more prevalent than it is now. So for me, it's looking around and not judging, but just like asking myself, like, why are we still comfortable following a path that almost definitely leads you either to death or dishonor, right? Because when you're in jail, you have, if you're doing life and, you're either going to die in jail or you can take a deal, right? And then that's the dishonor part, right? If you look at it that way.
That's very true.
What's a perfect day to boss up? What's the meaning of that?
Yeah, so Perfect Day to Boss Up basically came about, it started as, Perfect Day to Man Up, but I wanted to make it, universal to everybody. But it's just a tool that I use, motivational tool I use to just motivate me every morning to just try to be the best person I could be, because I understand that I give a lot of positivity out and I motivate others. So I just wanted to just have something for me that really motivates me, that like every single day is a fresh 24 to do whatever it needs, that you didn't do yesterday. So it's not to dwell on yesterday or what you didn't do, but every day is a fresh 24 to get something done, brick by brick, one brick at a time. You move at your own pace, and next thing you know, you got a house. You know what I mean? So a lot of times that, people my age, they get pressured by social media and seeing other people finished product, and they try to project that on themselves and be hard on themselves. So what I try to do is, I had a lot of ideas, but I was procrastinating a lot. The ideas just living in my head. So it's just like, just being waking up every morning and just working towards something. It makes me sleep better at night. You know what I mean? Like I can't go to sleep. I sleep better when I know I did my best, or at least I did something to get towards that. You know what I mean? So Perfect Day to Boss Up is basically that, to motivate me and others to do the best that you can. Don't, just have tunnel vision. Work one day at a time, and you'll be all right. In short.
I like that.
Man, I normally ask the guests like, what is it that you would like to like impart to the viewers or to the listeners? I think that's the one right there. I think A Perfect Day to Boss Up kind of sums it up kind of beautiful.
It's really something I'm passionate about, because I know how distracting things can be. I know how hard things can be where social media makes it seem like you're not doing enough or you're not good enough or, you know, you got to do it like this way or that way. But whatever it is that you choose to do, it's one day at a time. It's as simple as, you know, a skin routine. You know what I'm saying? That's the discipline in that, to get up every morning and work on that. Because it's like, it's a job inside of a job. Everything is a job inside of a job, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the discipline comes in. And just, you know, a perfect day to boss up is just something that you say to yourself, like, all right, let's get up, let's do what you got to do to, you know, get the job done.
Do you feel like you're desensitized to social media because you work with it and you see behind the curtain? So like, you're doing the awesome, you know, photo shoots, but you know, of, you know, money phones or whatever it is, right? Whatever the new thing is to floss on social media, but you're also there when they're calling to rent the stuff to appear that they have the stuff, right? So do you feel like you're desensitized to the hypnotism of social media? Like, oh my God, I don't have this yet, and we're the same age, but little do they know that like that's somebody else that's like off camera stuff.
Yeah, social media is definitely not real. I'm glad that I'm woken up to that. But yeah, social media is really not real. A lot of things that's going on social media is not the actual, you know, real life thing that's going on. Don't pay attention to social media. Social media is not the end or be all. It's definitely a facade. It's not reality. You know what I mean? And I'm glad I noticed that, because as a videographer, the same guys that's like, you know, trying to lowball me to do a BET video, you know, $1 million budget video with $50 is the same one that has, you know, the money phone and stuff like that. So it's like, it really, when I first started out, it really distracted me a lot. I'm big on being genuine and stuff like that. So when I found out these dudes that I really like, their music is really weirdos, and it broke my heart. So it's just like, I'm glad it happened, though. I'm glad it happened. And it's not, to people viewing, do not pay attention to social media. Definitely don't, because it's not the reality.
Yo, the funny part is, even when social media is telling the truth, it's still a lie, right? So like, you're only seeing a slice of what's happening, and everyone shows their highlight reel. So you're not seeing none of the missed shots, right? Like, you're only seeing the ones that go in.
And then it's like, when the more I move around and the more people I come in contact with, I realize it's all a facade. It's not, they pay for everything. You know what I mean? The likes and the comments, the retweets, the shares, it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like what I have and the genuine support system and foundation I have is like, you can't put a price on it. You know what I mean? Like, I love the situation I'm in. I love the people I have around me. And I know these people will go to war with me just like I would go to war with them. And that's all that matters to me, the people I have around me, the support system.
That's awesome.
Word. Good job, P. Good job.
I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
You nailed
it. My interview etiquette on. I've been rehearsing.
Yeah.
It ain't coming out as much as I wanted, but I've been rehearsing. I've been watching some NIP interviews and all that. So.
Nah, that's what's up. You're doing your thing, man. I'm glad you were excited to come on. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm enjoying myself. You know, this one is just about support, man. You know, that's all. I just wanted to support you a little bit, and again, let you know I see you, King, and I see you trying to do something, and you striving for something, and I respect it. You know, I know it's difficult when it feels like you just moving, and you might not be moving as far as you want to be moving, but all of them steps count. You know what I mean? It's like putting money in the bank. It don't matter if you putting coins in or dollar bills. It all goes in, and it all adds up. So just keep stacking, King. That's it. It'll all work out in the end.
I really do appreciate it.
That's a good quote.
You like that, right? I had, he came through with that. It's a perfect day to boss up. I had to let him know, like, come on, bruh.
It don't matter if it's coins or dollar bills.
You know, like, remember where you at. I do the catchy sayings around here. And I'm going to need one of them hats. I said I wasn't wearing nobody else's brand or logo or whatever, but That one is tough. I'm gonna need one of those, man.
Thank you.
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like,
we gotta make
it's a
sure.
symbol of the crown is for like, you know, you're the king of everything around you. You move as such. You're gonna be, you know, respected as such. So definitely.
Yeah, where can we find out more about you? You want to drop your links, drop your
Oh, so my
IG and all that?
Instagram is Coolboip, COOLBOIP. My photography page is Ambitious Shooters. On Instagram, I'm throwing my website over. I will have hats and Perfect Day to Boss Up shirt I'm working on. That's gonna drop soon. I'm just trying to get the content and everything in motion, so when I'm ready, I could just roll it out with a great bang.
Nice. That's fire. I'm
So-
definitely gonna check it out. Yeah, you know what's funny? Before we wrap it up, I used to call you Coolboip. To James, I used to always be like Coolboip, 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 and he would just be laughing. And then I was like, one day I was like, yo, it's so funny, and he was like, oh, it's Coolboip P, and I'm like, why you ain't he just tell me?
Yo, shout out to James. That's my guy.
Yeah.
He's a talented artist. I want him to really get back to it. I don't know what he's been up to lately, but I know he's gonna watch this, so definitely, I need you to get back to it. Get back in the studio. Get that confidence back. Start spitting again. He's very talented.
Yeah, 100%. He just need that kick. He need a little push because he don't believe in himself.
Yeah.
But you know, support, it says a lot, and hopefully he'll get that confidence like you said. And when he check this out, Skinny, you know what's up, man. I'm always here. All you got to do is reach out.
Yeah, I remember y'all was in the gym all the time, intimidating motherfuckers, doing all types of wicked, you know, upside down push-ups and pushing cars up the shit, up the hills.
That was when I was trying to be the Rock out here. I was the ghetto Rock, and I before I started jogging, yeah, that's the first half of this life. It's over for that now. You can forget them days. But fellas, I think we got another one, man. 2022 is moving in the right direction. We're inspired. The guests have been inspired. P, appreciate you. Thank you for blessing the platform. You already know what's up, man. Much success and blessings to you on your journey. Ambitious Shooters. We need to get some work done. Holla at him. B, Kofi, y'all already know what it is. Y'all my guys, man. It's been a pleasure. To the next time, whoever you are, wherever you are, no matter what you're doing, just be inspired. Choose to inspire, not destroy. You heard? Peace. Oh, subscribe.
Yes, sir, subscribe.
Yo,
Yo, choose to inspire, not destroy.